Hello everyone! I'm so happy all my fellow foodies are back again for another episode of Sarah's Cooking. And if you're new to the show, well, I'm Sarah. We're gonna make my salsa today. It's gonna have 7 ingredients: garlic, jalapeno peppers, lemon, white onion, and a green onion, cilantro, and some cherry tomatoes. And again, I'm using cherry tomatoes because they're sweeter than the big steak tomatoes. So let's get started. Okay, we're gonna start off by cutting our tomatoes. If you don't have fresh tomatoes, you can use canned tomatoes. They'll work too. In another month, I'll be able to use my own tomatoes that I'm growing out in the garden. Salsa is a great way to use up your tomatoes. You can make your own salsa in about 15 minutes. All right, let's get them in there. We have about 2 cups of tomatoes right here. And let's go ahead and just put in the onions. And we'll slice these up a little smaller. I'm using sweet white onions. If you have Walla Walla onions, those are great too because they're nice and sweet. And nobody likes a big hunk of onions in their salsa, so make sure you cut these nice and small. Just like that. If you don't like onions, you don't have to put them in. Alright. So this is the peppers. Oops. Okay, these are spicy. So don't put any seeds in unless you want it really spicy. And again, if you don't have fresh ones, you can certainly use the canned ones, the canned. I'm putting half in. And I like these small as well. And please, whatever you do, don't scratch your eyes when you're dealing with peppers. And you know why. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and roll our lemon just a little bit. This will get the juices out of their pocket. Just gonna use a little bit. One little seed right there. Not too much. About a teaspoon. Okay. All right, so this is a little cilantro that I had in my freezer in a little ice cube. So I'm gonna put about a teaspoon of that in there. And then last but least is just a little bit of garlic. Maybe about half a teaspoon or a teaspoon. If you like garlic, you can add more. Everything is pretty much customizable. Actually, I planted some garlic in my garden too, so hopefully they'll turn out this year. Okay, if you have a garlic press, this will be quick, but if you don't, just dice them as small as you can. What I like to do is when I'm preparing food, if you've got little plastic containers, you can prep all this at once and store them in the refrigerator, and then when you want to make salsa, everything has already been pre-cooked or pre-sliced. So you don't have to make a mess every single time you want salsa. It's done. Here we go. About a teaspoon. And I never add extra salt to my salsa because I've noticed that the chips out there are so salty that you really don't need to add salt. But if you do, just add a little bit of sea salt. And that's it. And we're gonna go ahead and refrigerate this for about 10 minutes and let all of the flavors marry together. And let me tell you, this is the best salsa ever. Okay, so our salsa's been chilling for about 15 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and plate it up before we serve it. So just go ahead and put it into a small dish and pile it nice and high, and look at all this fresh goodness. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed the show, and if you'd like me to notify you about future episodes and special guests, then please subscribe. It's easy. Just click the subscribe button right over there. Oh, and please take a minute to watch the commercials. It'll help keep my show going. Click the like button and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Now go and make something tasty. Till next time, bye. Yum.